Hey guys, Review Chris here, and in this video we're going to be doing something different. We're going to be talking about Heather from Total Drama, and I'm going to be explaining why I think she's the perfect antagonist in the entirety of the show. Well, at least in Island circumstances. Yeah, anyways, I don't really have anything else to say. Let's just get into the reasoning why I think she's the perfect antagonist. Alright, so let's start with, of course, the first season of Total Drama Island. Now, Heather was introduced as this, mean girl who was trying to be bossy to everyone. And, you could expect the villain vibes from her as soon as she was introduced. And you could tell she was this spoiled girl with a rich family acting bossy to everyone around her and trying to manipulate people in order to get her way. And, well, that's exactly what she did in Total Drama Island. And just by the first challenge where the contestants were forced to jump on 100-foot cliff into the water with freaking sharks in it, you could just tell Heather was just the afraid, spoiled girl who didn't want to get her hair wet, and that's what happened. So, what happened in the challenge is when it was Heather's turn to jump, she didn't want to jump. But Lashana didn't want Heather to lose the challenge for her team. So, after a big argument, which was pretty savage by the way, Lashana literally picked Heather up like a rag doll and threw her down into the fucking water. And this is what started the rivalry between Heather and Lashana, which lasted for more seasons to come. Another thing I really liked about Heather in this season is how she basically controlled everyone without literally barely anybody noticing what she was up to. Like, for example, she took full advantage of Beth and Lindsay by basically making them her slaves. Now, of course, Lindsay was too dumb to notice, but Beth was the first one who began to notice. The reason why is because Heather would literally just be asking for anything around Beth and Heather would be more just treating them like slaves than trying to be in an alliance with them, trying to take them to the final three. But it was more like she was treating them like slaves, and yes, she was. She wasn't really going to take Beth and Lindsay to the final three, and she just ended up controlling them so they would get eliminated without a promise so they could be Heather's slaves. And that's what works so well about Heather. She's so manipulative to the point where it just works so freaking well. And one of my all-time favorite Heather moments is where Trent was about to ask Gwen on a date, but Heather wanted to ruin the relationship with the help of Lindsay. So what ended up happening was Heather said some things to Trent that Gwen said about Trent behind his back that just were not true. And Heather ended up manipulating Trent into kissing her, which made Gwen realize that he was just a bitch. And eventually, it didn't end up working as the two split up. And basically, Gwen was heartbroken because of what Heather and Lindsay did. Another thing I really like about Heather's Total Drama Island appearance is her rivalry with other characters such as Gwen, Lashana, and sometimes even Beth and Lindsay. For example, when she was trying to screw up challenges to get Gwen eliminated, or when she literally read Gwen's diary in a crowd of the entirety of the contestants still in the game. Like, you can't make this shit up. How? How else can you build a perfect villain? How else can you literally build a perfect villain off of that? It's the perfect starting point to make that character a villain and for Gwen and Heather's rivalry. While some people say that the voting was rigged because Heather should have been eliminated several times, I think that's what was most important for her character to become a villain, was to be in the game until almost the very end. If you are in the game long enough, then your villain arc will become even better. But the last episode before the finale, no, not total drama island. I mean the finale between Gwen and Owen. Before that episode was literally quite possibly the best total drama episode ever. It was basically where Heather got all these dares from the other contestants who were tired of her shit basically, and she basically got karma. And in that episode, it really showed the rivalry between her and Gwen. Like, they were literally going back and forth on, like, serious dares. And in the end, while it was an amazing episode, Heather was the one who ended up getting eliminated. And I think it was one of the best total drama episodes of all time because it really did a great job of portraying Gwen and Heather's rivalry to a really good circumstance. So now we get into action. And action was weird because there was really no antagonist. There was really not an official antagonist. And actually, Heather wasn't even in the game that long. She wasn't even in the game that long. She got eliminated like ninth or something like that. But yeah, she wasn't in the game for long. And there wasn't really, like I said, a full-on antagonist, but the closest thing to an antagonist here was Justin. And actually, Justin stayed decently far in the game before he was eliminated. But action didn't really do anything to Heather's character to make it really progress like it did in Island. But that's where we move on to Total Drama World Tour. Total Drama World Tour is Heather's best season, in my opinion. Her and Alejandro work so well as being the two main antagonists going at it, having a rivalry, all while having secret feelings for each other. Even at some points working together to bring the other contestants down and being eliminated, all while toying with the other contestants. Specifically Alejandro, but Heather had her fair share of doing the same thing. And I think it was the perfect finale to end off of, because it was the finale between Heather and Alejandro. And yeah, the finale definitely did not disappoint. These were the two characters we wanted to see in the finale. The two antagonists going at each other. And how they would try to one-up each other. And we saw it the whole series leading up to the finale. We saw how they went back and forth at each other. And we saw how it would happen in the finale, and it was absolutely great, and it definitely did not disappoint. It was a great finale overall, and the end to the finale where you think Heather and Alejandro have feelings for each other, it was just Heather trying to get the money and the prize to win the whole entire season, which I think is really fitting for Heather's character and how she really wanted only the money and didn't care about Alejandro. You can tell that Heather really wanted to win this season because she was at least trying to make an attempt to be nice to the contestants in order for them not to vote for her. And she was trying to make Alejandro look like a bad person in the process, so the toughest competitor in the game, aka Alejandro, could be taken out, which means Heather would have an easier path. So, in conclusion, while some of the other Total Drama antagonists, like Scott in Revenge of the Island, and I guess the Ice Dancers in The Redonkulous Race, were good, the antagonists were really never the same since Alejandro and Heather. Specifically, Heather is what this video is about, because I think Heather was a slightly better antagonist just because she literally had to take advantage of people. And while, yes, you could say Alejandro did the same thing, I just think Heather fit her character, like, better just to, like, take advantage of the contestants. And Alejandro, when he, came out, he was trying to prove to the competitors, he was a slick guy, but at the end, they all found out that he was a phony. But it's just my opinion if I think Heather is a better antagonist. But in conclusion, Alejandro and Heather are still a great antagonist duo. Anyways, in conclusion, Heather is an amazing total drama antagonist, and she really fits in the style of total drama, especially in that villain role. Anyways, guys, this is Reviewer Chris, and I'm out for now.